The election is the big story on Market Street right now. So it's just we count down to the big elections, which is just about 9 days from now, if you count the weekends as well. Data is very, very key when you talk about the elections. So Stears business, these guys are professionals in data collection. Of course, almost all the partners are from our Market Street. And Michael Famaruti, who is an economist and a partner at Stears, is here. And I'm asking him a few questions why they are dabbling into elections data. Good morning, Michael.
Morning.
Thank you. It's good to have you. Great. So why do you guys think you need what you call data intelligence and all of that into elections? And you folks seem to piggyback a little bit into 2015 elections.
Yeah, so essentially, when you think about data that should be free and public to access, the first thing that should come to mind is electoral data, right? That is the foundation of democracy. If you don't know who voted for who, you really have no basis for saying you're in a democracy, right? So what we found is that there have been steps taken to expand transparency in public sector data. So I'm thinking particularly in public finances, budget has been very good on that area. But electoral data is something that is still kept under wraps, giving its importance, right? So our goal is really shining light on data and making it, again, free and publicly accessible to every Nigerian. So you can find out all the results of all the elections in a simple and accessible way.
For those of you who are market professionals, whether you're economists or you're market strategists and all of that, within this organization, look at data collection, visualization, and all of that, you think the market and the professionals there, and indeed everyone, should be interested in election data. Do you think it could form perhaps some basis for investment decisions?
Yeah, I think actually the people that are most interested in it are those that have money on the line, right? I'm thinking particularly the international sort of stakeholder group. They're used to things being very data-driven, right? So if you cover the elections, for example, they obsess over polling data, exit polls, confidence data, all these things. So they're used to that swaying their investment decision. And then they come to Nigeria and then they are relying on anecdotes and people's opinions, right? And it's a struggle, right? And it's one of the challenges to doing business here, right? So again, just providing a platform where where anybody, investors or international media, can go on and see real-time, live, comprehensive results of the elections and compare to 2015. Again, that's something that will definitely boost confidence in the whole electoral process.
So what have you folks been able to put together here?
So essentially, we have all the results from 2015 elections, presidential, gubernatorial, House of Reps, and Senate for all the parties, all the candidates across all the states. And then we've gathered all the candidates' information for 2019 presidential, gubernatorial, Senate, House of Reps. And on the election day, as INEC releases the results, we'll input this into a database, and you can essentially on the site see real-time, comprehensive election results for every race taking part in the country at the same time.
How usable is this in terms of tracking everything that everybody's doing across the polling booths? Technology is therefore becomes a game changer here.
Yeah, very much so. So this entire thing is based on technology, right? So making it practical, the homepage has a map, and that map already gives a summary of every state's results. Then you click on a state and you drill further to that state's results. House of Reps, gubernatorial, Senate, and so on. You drill further and then you can begin to see even more granular data, right? So we're definitely leveraging technology to make all the data more accessible, because previously you had to rely on articles and announcements on TV, and if you miss anything, it's a struggle to gather all the data or to get a sense of who has performed well in Kwara versus who has performed well in Lagos.
Is the market, market professionals are they very keen on this particular election? Are they?
I guess they're always keen, but given the nature of the elections and what we've seen in the economy over the last 3 years, and at least from the international perspective, I don't think they've been very happy with the Nigerian economy, the particular policies that we know, FX, that they've been a bit concerned about. So they definitely have a stake, as always, but arguably even more so now. And yes, that's definitely the case this time around, once again.
This is what Bloomberg Businessweek published this morning. I'm not too sure if you've seen it, but a bit of a lengthy article. But again, this is just a bit of the first paragraph says, Nigerian voters need to choose between a pair of uninspiring presidential candidates, neither of them offering a fix for a struggling economy. So let's start from the latter to the former. The economy is still struggling. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Do we have a fix?
We as in the candidates or we as in Nigeria?
The candidates.
So I think yes, because with economics, there are many potential fixes, and there are two things that will determine whether your fix works. One is if you get your context right, and two is execution. For context, I think both parties are slightly amiss.
Two leading candidates, you mean to say?
Yes, the two leading candidates are definitely slightly amiss. I don't think they properly understand the context of the economy. And then in terms of execution, I'm not convinced that either will be able to actually execute their plans or their strategy for fixing the economy. So in essence, on both fronts, I'm not entirely convinced.
Among the other candidates, have you heard anything that sounds like they have what it takes to fix the economy? 1 minute?
Yes, so I think in terms of context, the third-party candidates seem to have a firmer grasp of the context of the economy. What is more difficult to assess is execution, because they don't have as much of a track record of doing large-scale policy.
They haven't been there.
Yeah, essentially.
Thank you. Michael Famarote, economist and partner at Stears. Let's come back after the break. You're watching Business Morning.